Hello, everybody. Welcome to MinnMax's live reaction to the Starfield Direct. MinnMax is a place about games, friends, getting better. Thank you for being here. I'm Ben Hansen, and I'm joined by Jacob Geller.
Hello.
And don't forget, I'm also joined by Jeff Marchiafava.
That's me.
Welcome. Thank you all for being here. We're diving into this big Starfield Direct live, so let's get it on, please. By the way, thank you for being here. You can always subscribe to MinnMax's YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. The next 84 people who support us on Patreon at any tier, even the $2 tier, will send you an Xbox code via Patreon. So jump in if you'd like an Xbox code and you'd like to help support independent games media at the same time. So June 11th, Sunday, June 11th, jump in on Patreon. We'll send you an Xbox code. We have 84 to give away. We'll be there. We'll be there for you. All right.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here. And that's thanks to all of you, from the Elder Scrolls to Fallout. We love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do? And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've
Would have
never
been
tried
funny
to
if
make
that
a game
lineup, they just
like
had every
this.
version of Skyrim.
Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
Good hair, Todd. You're doing it. You're rocking it, dude.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet, to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds.
Show us weird stuff.
That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
If you see the moon, you can go.
Exactly.
We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere.
Huh.
We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources,
I like the sound of
do
it.
a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
These spacer punks, man.
They're everywhere.
They run amok.
We need someone we can kill guiltlessly.
Punks! The punks, I tell you. Okay.
I mean, I like that you can do big jumps and have a jetpack. That always, like, that on its own makes combat more fun.
Yeah.
We
Looked a
do
little better
love
than last
stuff
year.
And all of the items allowing you to pick everything up. And you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food.
Little
When you're
improv
done
from Todd.
exploring, you can walk back
like a
or
how-to
fast
with
travel
John
to
Wilson.
your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship,
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
and he can even
Oh,
say
he
your
loves
name.
that.
Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration,
East
to
Von.
evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones.
That's cool.
But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
I just want to know, like, is this going to be like a resource management game? You know, like No Man's Sky fundamentally is.
Yeah.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together. That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled
We know this is real footage.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate. Sam
He'll be
Coe,
cool throughout the
former
game.
Space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the
Jeff and me
first
don't look
of
charmed.
many you'll embark on. The settled
trying.
systems is home to all
Jeff
kinds
is a
of
pirate,
different
so it
stories,
makes-
people,
Yes.
and adventures for
That's
you to
gonna be a
uncover.
problem.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining
that song.
facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space.
Okay.
The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
Looks very Outer Worlds.
Ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a
Sure,
fishing
who didn't know?
platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today.
If you've got
for
morality
future tomorrow.
issues, you can't come into
Everyone
the
has been
weird
chewed up
alien
and
boy
ground
dance
up by
club.
Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in
Wait,
dust.
is that an Elder Scrolls character?
A new face.
What are they gonna do?
This is
Throw
the
that audio
face of a
away?
Brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile.
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
Work hard.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you.
Like a dragon?
A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story
I want to
is
play
the
this
one
game
that
with
you
them.
tell.
That looks like a hoot.
I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities. And by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings, it's a lot. But I think it's the
They
most
didn't
fun
show the
to
piercing
use.
he had? That seems like a layup.
Character creation is more than just how you look.
I just
This is
want to
also
see
where you
everyone
start to decide
talking
who you wanna
created in
be.
the character.
That's
creator.
where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty,
You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is gonna come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By the terror! Is it really you?
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to.
Chat's
put up
not
with his
exactly
constant
wowed by the
commentary.
facial animations in the games for a temperature read. I think it's about what we expected, right?
I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space. Because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives
I
you
feel
a
like
damage
trait
buff
is a
when your
weird
health
way
is
of
low.
describing these
Mercenaries
things
will
because
randomly
it
show
seems
up
like
and
it's
try to kill you.
basically like pick a game-long
No matter
side
what you
quest.
choose,
Yeah.
there'll be plenty of ways for you to tell
Yeah,
your
your
story.
trait is that you have
And if you want
parents.
to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
I'm special in this way.
It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Interesting. That's fun. Space game.
What is there?
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin.
That's a terrible use of employee
what we
time.
loved about skill and perks from the previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill
Hunting
point,
cephalopods
which can
that
be used
enemies
to
make.
unlock or rank up skills.
Perfect.
I have to say, I do really like how the UI looks in this
Ranks
game.
are unlocked by completing challenges associated
Nice and
with
clean.
that skill.
It's like, even though it still is kind of like a green numbers, red numbers system,
Challenges
it's
become
like more
increasingly difficult
comprehensible
as you
to
work
me.
your way to
Yeah.
higher ranks.
You understand
With
gorillas
our
and their
5
rage
different
levels.
skill trees and 4 ranks
That
per
gorilla's
skill,
angrier
there's
than
a
the
lot
one
to choose
before.
from.
I like the xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Yep. And so there are no like
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
aliens that are intelligent. Is that going to be kind of the late game, you think, as they'll start
Maxing
revealing
out
that
my
stuff?
Physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way
I
through
guess, have
combat.
we seen any kind of like alien sapiens?
No.
You know?
Yeah, I assume that's what they're saving
That
for
one's a
like
lot
the
of
relics or whatever. Like that's what those are from.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part
What's the
about being
space version
stealthy
of a stealth archer? Because that's what you're gonna
slowly
play
creeping
as
through
in this
vents
game.
like you're in a movie, and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
Well, I tried.
I like doing a death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them. I like blowing stuff up.
God damn it, we're dying.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, You'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships. It's all out there.
Cool.
Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship
Last
is almost
time,
like
I
having
was
another
most
character
excited by
or
seeing
home
the
you can
different
make
ways you
all
could
your
put around,
own.
like put together
I think
the
you'll
ship.
be blown away by the amount of
Yeah.
stuff you can do.
For sure.
You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling.
I do love the look of these ships.
For
They're
now,
all
though,
just so
we're going to take our
practical in their own
starting
way, you
ship,
know?
The Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here. And you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode.
Easy.
Here you can change anything from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps.
I'm
You
curious
can
if
even
any of
fully
this is attached
customize
to
your
like
paint job
physics.
to get the exact look you want.
You know, it's like, can you build a ship that like
The
doesn't
parts you
fly
choose to
good?
build with
Yeah.
don't just affect your ship's
Yeah.
stats.
There are no physics in
They'll
space.
also
That's real
affect what
101
you
of
can do
sci-fi.
inside
Jack.
your ship. You can have modules for crafting, or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From
Cool.
living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
That seems like that's going to be the best part of this game.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals.
Okay,
The
all right, you're
HMS
fine.
Platypus, as I called it, where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever
right,
your
that's
imagination
cool.
is.
Cha!
And while you can build your home among the stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Space
friends? Lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can
Can I
always
leave that
hire
cowboy
additional
on a
crew at
deserted
spaceports.
planet?
Got any room on
Does
your
not
ship
come
for
back.
someone like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Do you love me?
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed
around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using
that's
the
my
shipbuilding
review of
tools
the
and crew
game.
selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
Ooh, that burner sound.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way.
This has me so much more excited than just like the exploring,
We've
talking to
extended
people
that
part.
sense of
When they were
control
just
to ship
like,
combat.
here are the factions.
It's not about just
I was
using
like,
your
I don't
triggers
care.
to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster.
Good.
Powering up the ground dries will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight.
Cool.
You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there. Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
Oh, wow,
Paths
that's
for
cool.
spaceships.
Yeah, that's FTL.
Yeah.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap.
Can I take it over?
Yeah, I don't know if you can like.
But you can
space
also
walk.
take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and
Yes.
boarding their ship.
And
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Was that him
Once you've
piloting the
taken
enemy ship?
control of an enemy ship,
Oh, yes.
it's yours.
Yes. Awesome.
Add it to your fleet and
Space
retrieve it at any spaceport.
That's it.
My
But
question
space
is, do you have
way
to
more than
get
fighting for your life.
your other ship also to the space?
Right.
Or can you just like
Just
leave
when
it
your
out
planet
there,
side,
like a
Yeah, what do you
horse
do?
in
to
Zelda?
see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards.
That's awesome
Walk
looking.
the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship. One worthy of you.
Just a lip. There's something on your
Maybe
face,
you'll
man.
dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance.
I'm taking control of this.
Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars. There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships.
I'm
like,
an
this is now
animal-loving,
mine.
crazy
I
person.
steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
You can be a space
Some
sandwich
strangers
pirate.
might be looking for a little human connection.
Pre-order
in the
today.
darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Don't do that.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then, realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear. We're giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
This guy's getting a lot of screen time.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions.
Okay.
And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and
Chat, you into it? Scale of 1 to 10, just the watch. Scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in this watch?
That is,
and other
I think that is
information,
so
and we've
much
also
cooler
designed
than
this
an
really
action
cool
figure.
case
Yeah.
that it comes
You know,
with,
I genuinely, it's like,
we really
that's
took
neat.
as much care and designed this case as we did to watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally
10,
translates
8,
to
7,
this.
1,
Inspired
7,
by
2.
the cases that the
Okay.
astronauts used
4s.
during the Apollo
Okay.
era to bring
Okay.
back samples from the moon. It's got the
People love the
intricate
case.
Find your
mechanism,
download code for the
authentic,
game.
heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap,
That's
and
cool.
the overall
Look,
functionality.
I hate to be a sucker, but
that
like,
puts
that is
us
really
in the
neat.
world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there, and it even tells the time.
Is the watch on Game Pass?
We
Asked
actually
Brandon.
have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox
The
hardware
depth
team,
of
and
field
together we've
makes this
created
look like I'm
this
like
custom limited
BB
edition
looking at
Starfield
them through
controller.
my
It's
little...
awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
Yeah, it feels like I'm
We love
waking
this
up on a
because it's
gurney.
inspired by
It's
the
like,
actual
what?
controls of your spaceship. And not
we
only
have
that,
a watch for you, Ben.
we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is
That looks
a perfect
nice.
pairing with that controller.
Control, this is Constellation Starship Frontier. All ready to start on your signal. Steady till ready.
That looks cool.
Coordinates input.
Yeah, the retro kind of like rainbow thing they're doing or whatever, I just like, I like as an aesthetic.
Yeah. It's no Porsche Xbox, but I think it'll do in a pinch.
Prepare for departure. Ground field commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sure.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why
Thought it
go
was a
this
universe.
big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think that what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds the planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore.
So we're all gonna
creatures
have
to
different
encounter,
galaxies then?
ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental
Think so.
storytelling that
I think-
Bethesda is known for.
Proc gen
Aggressive
doesn't mean
creatures have been disrupting
different
our experiments.
every time.
Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
Okay. That's interesting. This is the our shooting feels good convincing hour.
Yeah.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals.
Spielberg?
You can get experience
I'm just helping
and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
Well, something that's downright alien too. Yeah, I don't know.
To our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any
This
planet.
really is like that one that they did before Fallout 4, where it's just like, here's the
shapes
whole
and
game.
sizes.
Yep. Like,
Really.
this is
Purposes.
everything you'll
you
be
can
doing.
even live in them. Assign
Need we
crew
say more?
and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses, and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Looks good.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor. You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
Okay.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. a lot of variety.
You're the ones who know.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying.
We like it. I mean,
Zero-gravity environments
I did
pose
like
a
the combat in
different
Mass Effect
challenge.
Andromeda, you know,
Firing
it
a
has
ballistic
flavors of
weapon
that
in
for
zero
sure.
G will actually push you backwards.
Oh, cool.
Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
Weird. What a weird reticle.
Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists,
Okay, there's a little
like more
chop.
compact weapons like
You can
pistols and
punch an
submachine
alien.
guns. Or maybe you prefer something bigger. Starfield's got you covered.
Pirates and punks all day, man. Cool.
I kind of wish that he like shattered into a million pieces. It is hilarious that literally every person is Spacer or Spacer Punk.
It's all over the place.
Magic?
Interesting. Little tease of the relic powers.
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
All right.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
I don't know how I
You
feel
spend
about
all this
that.
time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets.
The day-night cycle, those details matter to me. Diplomacy, exploration, freedom,
the ending.
Beskip, obviously.
I love the robots so much.
the incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout.
I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben.
The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do.
What is that shot?
Happy Pride, everyone.
You've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield. and make your own special moments.
Chat's on fire. Chat is hook, line, and sinker. That was a lot better than I thought it would be. That seemed great.
That was a lot.
I mean, it's like, it's fascinating that it is just like, there's a lot of stuff in there that I didn't care about, but like kind of didn't matter because they showed so much stuff that I did think was interesting. It was like, I can kind of ignore the other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's like, I don't care about Stormcloaks and Skyrim, and like that game is still really compelling.
Yeah. Way to go, Microsoft. I assume they're just gonna run that trailer again, but hell of a good deep dive, hell of a good overall showcase here. By far the winner so far this summer season. There's a lot to digest there. We'll be talking about it on a future episode of the MinnMax Show podcast. You can subscribe for free on your favorite podcast app. We got Janet and Sarah and Leo out at Summer Game Fest right now. They're going to be reporting back, and also they've been recording a travelogue. Since you all support us on Patreon, you make this whole outlet possible, so we wanted to share the experience with you and all the behind-the-scenes trials and tribulations. And so the travelogue will do that. That's going to be on MinnMax's YouTube channel. Again, you can always subscribe to our channel. Help us out in a big way. And if you want to help us out directly, you can go to patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. Help support independent games media. If you support us today, June 11th, at any tier, even that $2 tier, we will message you an Xbox game code. We have 84 game codes to give away, and we're happy to do it to folks who want to help support independent games media. So jump in there, even at that $2 tier on Patreon, and we will message you via Patreon an Xbox game code. How you feeling, Jeffem?
I'm excited. Lots of stuff to be excited about there. I'm looking forward to Ubisoft's show tomorrow, too.
Yeah, we'll be doing a live reaction for that one. Yeah, the Star Wars one. I feel like there's so much to comprehend here. I didn't have time to even think about, oh my god, new Star Wars game that looked interesting. Big budget thing. And also we need to learn how to pronounce Path of the Goddess, that first word, whatever that is. Jacob, you feeling good, man?
Yeah, I want to see more of Ichiban's butt.
Yeah.
I guess no soap song, but what can you do? They made up for it, I think.
Now, I haven't checked Twitter, so I'm going to volley this like it's my own joke. Has anybody said Xbox Series ass yet? Do you think that's out there? Or was I the first? What do you think?
Yeah, you're probably the first. I don't think anyone's ever said that.
All right, great. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Again, subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate it. All right, see you in the future, folks. Goodbye.